Well, hello YouTube. Right, I picked up Doctor Who and the E-Space Trilogy. Right, hang on, let me sort this out. Yeah, I picked up the E-Space Trilogy, which was sort of interesting. I've not seen this in about, it must be a good 15 years. Right, where do I start? Look, right, I'm going to be honest, I fucking hate Adric. I'm sorry. Cannot stand him. Met him at a convention years ago. Didn't like him then. Can't stand his character. Right, that's rant and moan over. Right, so it starts off with Full Circle, which you get some great... I mean, the extras, you know what the extras are like for this, are pretty good. The extras just exemplary with the documentaries and the Radio Time stuff and the commentaries. Can't complain about these DVDs. The thing that annoyed me was the episode Full Circle. I was bored stiff with the Deciders and the Mars people, and it ends up Adrics. They're sort of descended from original survivors, and they've been fixing the ship for thousands of years, but nobody knows how to fly it. They've got this weird society, and it's all totally insane and pointless. I suppose if you want to watch it from that point of view, you can have a good laugh with it, and it'll sort of go with it. But I'm sorry, I found this was a terrible episode. It really was very lame. I know by this time Doctor Who had got the new credits in this. Sorry, somebody's just trying to Skype me. I'll get back to them. You know, I mean, it was lame. I mean, you know, you're expecting with something like the E-Space Trilogy to be pretty spectacular. So that's a no-no from me. It was just annoying. But I do like Lalla Ward as Romana. I just would have preferred if it had just been them two. But the storyline for this, I know they tried, was awful. So that's that done. So we're on to, which is probably my favourite one, The State of Decay. This was really cool. I know, look, it was cheesy in parts, but I did like the thing about the digging into the history of the Time Lords with the war with the vampires, going back in the early days of the universe when the Time Lords were coming into prominence and the vampires were sucking life from planets who were just totally malevolent. And the leader got away when they killed every single vampire, and he went into E-Space. And he ended up on this planet where a ship crashed, a human colony ship, through time barrier or what, a vortex, and ended up in E-Space on this planet, a ship called Hydrax. State of Decay is a very good episode. Now, this is like reminiscent of 70s Doctor Who for me. I thought the Orcon and the Lords and stuff, I mean, you know, it's very, it is in a way it's sort of done because like the stake is the castle's the rocket ship. There's been generations of people being bred because the head vampire, I forgot what it's called, the sleeping one or whatever, who escaped the war with the Time Lords. He's in sleep and he's trying to get his power back and he's trying to heal because they must have damaged him badly in the war. I might look into looking into background more about the Bow ships and the Time Lords and the war with the vampires. I should really look into that. But I really did enjoy this, and I did like the three Lords, Orcon, and the vampire lady and the vampire man. And when they were doing all that with the hands, it were all the cheesy 70s, early 80s Hammer House of Horror. You sort of got that creepy feel with it. But it was entertaining. I really did enjoy that. But the story was quite basic, but they did put a nice theme to it. And the Doctor turns up and stops it, you know, and that is cool. And he leads a rebellion against the Lords and all that. It's great. And I do like the scene in it. What I like when they're going on about the civilization's never advanced, and Romana says, well, if you've not advanced the society, there must be something holding it back, which is extremely interesting. How they're both, as Time Lords, they're both onto it. They know something's not right. So extras, great. Love the documentary. Sheer brilliance. Really enjoyed that. Now, a friend of mine, Warriors Gate, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was an incredibly intelligent episode, Warriors Gate. there's something really crazy about it. It's like you've got this like abandoned sort of church building in this white interspatial connection at the end of E-space going into our universe, with a race of slaves that used to have an empire because they were time sensitives and they used their ability to dominate, and then thousands of years later obviously they got wiped out, and now they're servants to the human race and they're selling them to get through warp space and time jumps and stuff. And they all turn up in E-space, and you get the crew are quite interesting characters. You've got like working class labourers with the feelings and all that, and this fanatical captain who just needs to get out of there and get his crew to get the money for the time sensitives, the lowdown or something they're called. And the Doctor turns up and starts figuring it out. But I like the thing where the slaves, the time sensitives, they're like, one runs into TARDIS and he's on a completely different timeline, and it all comes together. It's a beautiful episode. I love the photography with the scenes when they go through the mirror into this like time place, because they can go anywhere they want in the universe from this point in time, which is sort of interesting. Romana gets called back to Gallifrey. She don't want to go back and she starts crying. This is all beginning before they go into space, but she decides to stay and help him, and the space is contracting, and you start noticing it with the TARDIS and the ship, and it all at the end it all blows up and contracts, and the Doctor gets out with K9. K9's working in a weird way because of the laws there. He's like running around backwards, but he thinks he's going forward. But the crew of the ship, you can sort of Kenneth Pope's in it from Randall and Upkirk. You sort of relate to it. But the documentary is very interesting because the guy who created it, he wrote every detail of it, all what the stages would like and all this, and they had to cut down so much because he basically wrote a movie with big special effects, which they couldn't do. But I thought, for what this was, I think for me this was the best one. Now this is too Doctor Who for me because it's really out there, you know, and a lot of people have knocked E-space, but I do like Warriors Gate because it were different and it were true science fiction. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting watching the old Doctor Who with the new one now, and there is so much politics in the new Doctor Who, whereas this, you know, they're just going straight in to hardcore science fiction. So the extras are brilliant, all the usual stuff and more. But what I would say, is the E-Space Trilogy worth it? Yeah, it is. Right, Full Circle, crap. State of Decay, you just love it. It's got that Doctor Who feel to it with Tom Baker. It's brilliant. And you want some a bit out there. I thought Warriors Gate were a nice ending to it, where he crosses over into the normal universe. So it's not a bad trilogy. I watched it over a couple of days and thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, Full Circle, not a fan of. I was a bit bored of that, do you know what I mean? And I think that's thunder. Good God, did you hear that? Don't worry. So I think the Doctor's trying to come through, you know, from the Warriors Gate. Sure, oh no, it's fireworks, silly me. Right, I wondered what it was. But yeah, so that's my review of Doctor Who and E-Space Trilogy. Give it a go. Let me know your thoughts. Press the notification bell in the corner. I'm on Twitch and other. I will put the links up. I'm just sorting everything out for my channel. I'm really going to get all connected up, and I am getting organised slowly. Just give me time. But yeah, give this a go, guys. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Live show for 1 hour. We're talking about science fiction. What else is there? Alright guys, have a great evening and I will speak to you soon.